Welcome back. Well, let's get talking to one of the big mid-caps which are buzzing today, Panacea Biotec. That stock is up almost around 20% after the company's partnered with the Russian direct investment fund for the Sputnik vaccine for global markets. Rajesh Jain, the MD of the company, now joins in to talk about this. Mr. Jain, hi, welcome to the show. Well, it's a big deal for you all considering that you all would be manufacturing 100 million doses for RDIF, the Sputnik vaccine. Can you just give us more details about it? When do supplies start? What is the rate at which you will be manufacturing? And will it only be for the global markets or will it be for India as well?
Oh, thank you very much for inviting me to your channel today morning. Indeed, this is a landmark collaboration that we have had with RDIF to make their Sputnik vaccine. This is a very interesting vaccine which uses two different components as primary immunization, adenovirus-based AD26, and then the second dose is of a different serotype 5. So very exciting, but at the same time challenging. It's a tie-up which has got a long-term strategic outlook, and we are getting into this to make sure that they have access to an expertise of Panacea Biotec, which is like more than 30 years of vaccine development, manufacturing, and distribution experience that we have, and a global supply chain. You know, our vaccines are registered across the world in Latin America, Africa, Southeast Asia. So we bring this expertise on the table to make consistent quality Sputnik COVID-19 vaccine in a reliable manner. You know, it's very important for a COVID-19 vaccine today to make a vaccine which is not only reliable, highly efficacious, but also a supply chain which is sustainable. So we bring that on the table. Now, in terms of rollout, we are going to pay a lot of attention in the next months, including April and May, in learning the micro level understanding of this particular technology, and then scale it up to a level that we can start delivering around 8 to 9 million doses in months to come for this 100 million doses yearly contract that we are looking at.
Mr. Jain, when will you start delivering your first tranche of vaccines?
So this is a very interesting question. Almost everybody wants an answer for that, including myself. But as I said, these are two different components, and there are almost like 3 different products that need to come together to make one COVID vaccine. And when you look at the subcomponents, it will be almost like 6 subcomponents which have to come together to make these two presentations. So it's going to be a little while, and we want to really go a little slow in the beginning to make sure that we get everything right. And for us, this is not going to be a sprint that we immediately issue statements, but we want to do a good job in
Mr. Jain, Mr. Jain, of course you will want to do a good job. Of course it is a complex job. I mean, you're not giving us any information. Will it happen this year in calendar 2021?
Yes, of course. We are going to deliver this vaccine this year for sure, absolutely. Okay. And this is going to be for global markets. The production from Panacea will feed into the entire developing countries wherever RDIF wants us to deliver this vaccine. So, of course, we are going to deliver this year, sure.
Okay, so you were not giving us any timeline. That's why I was asking you. I mean, is it 3 months, 6 months, 9 months?
Make more progress. These are early days, and okay. That's why I said that we really need to go deeper into it to come out with a specific.
And you have tied up with any specific country, or is the entire thing for India?
Our tie-up is more like global markets. It does not say whether it will go to India or not to India, but definitely, largely this will go to export markets.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Jain, can you tell us how much you would probably be supplying this particular vaccine to RDIF for? Because, the vaccine itself costs around $10 or less. So how much will you probably, how much does it take for you to make this particular vaccine and supply it to RDIF?
So you cannot expect me to give you the competitive information on live interviews like this, but I think we will be competitive in our pricing is what I can say. And we fully realize that this is a vaccine which will be distributed across the developing countries and therefore has to be affordable. So we are sensitive to this particular aspect, but believe me, this is a complex product and therefore the cost of goods is not going to be lower. It's a costly vaccine to make.
Okay. Ms. Jain, Serum Institute cut their stake in Panacea Biotec. Any reason? Or will they cut even further? From 9 to 5, right? 5.5.
So I'm not sure as to how they take those decisions, but they still continue to hold a good amount of shareholding at Panacea, and they are making money, of course, and therefore they sell when they make money. And I think for them, this is a personal investment that they have done, and they believe that Panacea Biotec is a good company to keep their extra fluid income as invested in our stocks, and they are enjoying this journey with us.
Of course.
That's what I understand.
The reason why I'm asking is, one would have thought logically that you will tie up with them because they at that time had a 9% stake in your company, that you would be making the AstraZeneca, the Oxford vaccine. You didn't choose to go with them, you choose to go with Sputnik.
Yeah, these are two different, technologies, and we thought that probably this Gamaleya technology is a very smart move. We have not seen any vaccine in primary immunization with two products. This is the first time in the whole world, a very different approach, and it uses different cell lines which are of human origin. And therefore, we expected that this product will be far more efficacious and safe. And they also had an Ebola virus vaccine done on the similar platform almost like a decade back, and they seem to have that kind of expertise in making a safe and effective vaccine. In pandemic time, you can't be taking chances, So we thought that probably, supporting this global infrastructure that we have for a vaccine like Sputnik will be a better off. And I'm sure even Oxford vaccine is good.
Okay, Mr. Jain, just one quick last question then. Talking about the COVID-19 vaccines, there's this big pipeline of vaccines looking to enter every market. Any more tie-ups that we can expect?
As of now, I think what we're looking at is, as I said earlier, and I'm repeating myself, we want to really, first of all, do a good job for Sputnik vaccine. And I think 100 million doses is a good target that we have kept for ourselves. So meeting that first will be our first priority, and not really looking at other candidate vaccines that are available. But should that opportunity come, you never say no, but we cross the bridge when we reach it.
Okay. Mr. Jain, all the very best. The nation is looking forward. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, we have to take a break on that note, but we're going to come back and continue this theme of COVID cases, but of course, from an economic business angle. The spike in Maharashtra, as we know, has led to the government issuing a host of new restrictions. We're going to get